Hi, this is Stories to Fall Asleep or in Love To. I'm Jo, known as the traumatized poet on social media, and I've written these stories both as a coach and as an artist to help you understand what it's like to truly be loved, seen, cared for, and fought for. I record these episodes in my cupboard. The only witnesses are a teapot named Cliff, and now you. I hope you settle, I hope you can relax, and I hope you sleep tight. Enjoy. Sacred bodies. He's already on the bed when I come back in, half covered by the sheet, legs stretched out like he belongs there, like this isn't the first time, like we've done this 100 times before. Except we haven't. His eyes meet mine the second I close the door behind me. There's a silence that settles, but it's not awkward, it's reverent, like we both know what's about to happen deserves our full attention. The soft light from the window brushes across his skin. He's bare from the waist up, his chest rising and falling, slow. There's a curve to his mouth that says he's calm, but his hand betrays him. Fingers wrapped around himself, not moving yet, just holding, waiting. I take off my necklace first, slowly. He watches like he's memorizing me in real time. Like this is a story he'll replay later, frame by frame. My shirt drops to the floor, then the bra. I don't look away, and neither does he. His breathing shifts, just slightly. His hand starts to move, not fast, measured, a slow, deliberate stroke. I unbutton my jeans, slide them down, step out. He swallows, and I catch it. Then I hook my thumbs under the last layer, and for a second I hesitate, not out of shame, but because it feels holy, like shedding skin, like offering something unspoken. I let them fall. Now we're both exposed, and still he doesn't speak. He doesn't rush. He strokes himself slowly while looking at me like he's not sure if this is real, and I might disappear if he blinks. I walk toward the bed. His eyes trail every step. When I crawl up beside him, his hand pauses. I was trying to wait, he says, voice rough, breath unsteady. I smile, leaning over him. My hair falls forward, brushing his chest. I didn't ask you to. He laughs, low and shaken. His hips twitch. I reach for his wrist, still his hand, and say, "Let me." His hand releases, but his eyes don't. They stay locked on mine like he's handing me more than just this body. Like it's trust or something that's taken him years to offer. I wrap my fingers around him, gentle at first, just to feel the weight of him, the heat, the slight twitch when I tighten my grip. His breath catches, not loud, not performative, just real. God, he mutters, eyes fluttering shut for a second, but then they're open again, tracking every shift in my face. You're gonna undo me, aren't you? I lean in, kiss the space just beneath his ribs, then drag my mouth lower, soft, grazing, not even my lips yet, just breath. Probably, I whisper, but you'll thank me later. He groans, that kind that's half laugh, half prayer. I move my hand in slow rhythm, watching the way his jaw tightens, how he's already gripping the sheets beside him, as if he needs something to hold on to now that I'm in control. His thighs flex, his hips try to rise, and I press him down with my free hand, firm against his stomach. Stay still, I murmur, and he does. God, he does. There's something about watching a man come undone like this, without needing to be wild about it, just open, present, eyes wide and jaw clenched, and breath hitching every time my thumb grazes just right. "You're not real," he breathes, voice racked. "You can't be." "I am," I say, kissing his hip, tasting skin that's gone hot and tense and trembling. "You just didn't know what real looked like." He moans, deeper now, like it's coming from his spine. And I keep going, slow, purposeful, watching him fight to stay still, watching him lose the fight in the most beautiful way. His hand reaches for my wrist, not to stop me, just to hold, like if he doesn't touch me, he might float away. "Tell me when you're close," I whisper, breath tickling the inside of his thigh. He nods, eyes glazed, mouth open. "You'll know," he says, and I will, because I already feel it, the way his body pulls tight beneath me like a wire stretched breaking. He's trembling now, not visibly, not wildly, but underneath my palm I feel it, that quiet quake running through him like a current. And I slow down, on purpose. His head falls back into the pillow, a groan catching in his throat, and he's not sure whether to beg or praise. "Fuck," he mutters, like the words been wrenched out of him. You're killing me." I smile and drag my lips along the edge of his hip bone, pausing just enough for him to feel the ghost of what might be next. "I said stay still," I remind him, my voice soft but laced with warning. "You're doing so well. Don't mess it up now." His fingers tighten around the sheets. I watch his knuckles go white. "Okay," he breathes. "Okay, just, God, keep going." I do. My hand strokes him with purpose now, every movement mapped, measured, thumb brushing that spot just under the head, fingers curling tighter when I reach the base. He's fully exposed to me, hard and flushed and trying not to fall apart too fast. But I want him close. I want him teetering on that edge, chest rising like a wave that hasn't crashed yet. Then I shift lower, one kiss right at the tip. Barely a kiss, really, just lips grazing, tasting salt and heat. He jolts, breath ripped from him like I cut a wire. His eyes fly open, glassy and wide. "Oh my God," he chokes out. "You're evil." "You love it," I murmur, mouth still close enough to make him flinch. "I do," he says, barely able to speak now. "I really fucking do." I swirl my tongue around him once, slow, devastating, and that's when it happens. His body arches, not big, not loud, but a shudder that rolls through him like surrender. And then, just as he moans my name, I stop, completely. He whimpers, actually whimpers. I climb up over him, straddling his hips without letting him in yet. He's panting, racked, eyes wild. I lean in close, brush my mouth over his ear. "You don't get to come yet," I whisper. "Not until I say." He groans again, lower this time, like it's lodged in his stomach. "Jesus Christ," he breathes. "What are you?" "Yours," I say, pressing down just enough to make him ache. "When I'm done teasing," I add. And I'm not done teasing. He's panting now, eyes half-lidded, mouth parted, the kind of mess that only happens when a man's held on the edge too long. I stay right there, hovering over him, just enough weight to make him feel me, not enough to relieve anything. My hand slides up his chest, fingertips grazing his sternum, then resting over his heart. It's pounding. "You feel that?" I whisper. He nods. His throat works around a groan. "Please," he breathes. "I'll do anything." I kiss his neck, slow and soft, just below the ear. "You already are." Then I sit up, reach between us, line him up, and still I don't move. I just let the tip press against me, hot and throbbing, and I watch him. He nearly bucks up, but stops himself. His hands are fists at his side, like if he touches me, he'll explode. "You're being so good," I murmur. "You really want me to fuck you?" He groans. "I need you to." "Say it like you mean it," I say. He swallows hard, looks up at me like I'm the sky and he's praying. "Please let me feel you. I've never needed anything this bad." I hold his gaze and sink down, slow, tortuously slow. We both gasp. His head drops back against the pillow. One hand flies to my waist, not guiding, just holding, like he needs proof I'm real. "Holy fuck," he mutters. "You feel, Jesus, you feel unreal." I start to move, hips circling, dragging, setting the pace. His eyes find mine again, wide and reverent. "I don't think I can last," he whispers. "Not like this." "You don't have to," I say, curling forward, my hands on his chest now, palms flat against the warm skin. "You just have to fall." He moans, deep, ragged, full of everything he's been holding back. And when he finally lets go, hips thrusting up into me, mouth open in something between a cry and a confession, I hold him. I keep riding him through it, soft but relentless, letting him shatter, letting him shake, letting him feel. After I don't move right away. I stay there, his arms around my waist now, our foreheads pressed together. The room quiet except for the sound of us breathing in sync. "I've never been fucked like that," he says softly. "Good," I whisper. "Then you'll remember it." And he will, because that wasn't just sex. That was worship. And he finally knows what that means. I'm still on him, legs trembling, breath uneven, when he lifts a hand to cup my face. No rush, no words, just that thumb brushing across my cheekbone like I'm something breakable. And he's scared to touch too hard now that I've let him in all the way. "You all right?" he whispers. I nod, dazed. "More than." His lips twitch into a crooked, exhausted smile. "Good, but I'm not done yet." Before I can answer, he shifts, gently, slowly, like I'm silk he doesn't want to wrinkle. He rolls us, cradling my back with one arm, while the other supports my thigh. Now he's on top, and I'm beneath him, stretched out and open, still warm, still aching. He brushes the hair from my forehead, then kisses it. "You've been calling the shots all night," he murmurs, voice low and ragged. "Let me return the favor." And I let him, because when he moves, it's not with dominance, but devotion. He kisses me like he's trying to learn something, like he's not just tasting skin, but memorizing intention. He kisses my throat, the soft inside of my wrist, the dip of my collarbone, the underside of my breast. He takes his time. Every movement is a question. Every pause is permission. And when he reaches between my thighs again, it's with reverence. He's not trying to make me come just to prove something. He's trying to remind me of my body, that it's his to care for now, that I don't always have to lead. "You don't have to do anything," he says against my skin. "Just let go." His fingers are slow, 2 of them, slipping inside me like they already know the rhythm I need. His thumb circling where I'm already sensitive, already undone. But this time, it's for me. He watches my face the whole time, listens to every sound I make, adjusts when I shift, slows when I tense, speeds up when I lose the ability to speak. Beautiful, he whispers, like it's a sacred word. You're so fuck, babe, just let me have this, let me see you. And I do. I fall apart under him, legs shaking, hands gripping his shoulders, mouth open with nothing but breath and yes and please don't stop. When it crashes through me, it's not violent, it's deep, wave after wave, rolling from my core all the way to the edges of me. And through it all, he stays, fingers deep, eyes locked, lips brushing every piece of me that trembles. After, he doesn't ask for more, doesn't even move. He just pulls me into his chest, buries his face in my hair and says, "That was the most gorgeous thing I've ever seen." And for the first time in a long time, I believe it, not because I felt sexy, but because I felt seen, and he made that feel holy. We lie here for a while. Then I'm the first to speak, obviously. "Well," I mumble into his skin, "that was above average." He laughs, loud and delighted, like I just cracked the best joke he's heard all week. Above average, that's what you're going with. I lift my head, grinning. I mean, don't let it go to your head. You're still on probation. "Oh, I see," he says, eyes sparkling now. "So you edge me for 30 minutes, ruin my soul, make me beg like a man at confession, and I'm on probation." "Correct," I say, smug. "It's a very competitive position. I've had applicants." He raises an eyebrow. "Anyone recently wreck your vocal cords like that?" I snort and flop back into the pillow. "All right, fine. You might be marginally talented." He leans over me, his voice dipping into that low register again. Marginally. I nod, trying not to smile, failing spectacularly. "Don't get cocky." He kisses my shoulder. "Too late. I saw your legs shake." "Excuse you?" "Those were just creative muscle spasms." "Sure they were." He shifts beside me, arm sliding beneath my waist, his hand resting just above the curve of my hip. The movement's casual, but intimate, like he belongs there now. "You're trouble," he says, brushing his nose against mine. "The dangerous kind, the kind that talks back after 3 orgasms." "Technically 2.5, I smirk. "You still owe me one." He groans, drops his forehead to my chest. "You're gonna ruin me, I swear." "You started it." You wore nothing but confidence and unholy eye contact. "And you touch yourself while staring at me like I was dessert." He hums against my skin. "You are dessert." I pause. "Are you hungry or just horny again?" He looks up, deadpan. "Yes." We both laugh, real, unfiltered, messy laughter that rolls through the quiet like sunshine. And when the laughter fades, he pulls the blanket higher, tucks me in like he plans to keep me there, and says softly, "Let's never make that a one-time thing, okay?" I tilt my head, pretend to think. Convince me." His grin returns, wicked. "Give me 10 minutes. I say, 5, and bring snacks." He disappeared for all of 4 minutes, naked, smug, and very pleased with himself, returning with a glass of water, a fistful of grapes, and a grin that promises absolutely no rest. "You said snacks," he says, popping a grape into my mouth before I can speak. I chew, narrow my eyes, and say, "Is this your seduction technique, hydration and fruit?" He shrugs. "I'm versatile." I raise my eyebrow. "Prove it." He sets the glass down, crawls over me, and whispers against my lips. "Thought you'd never ask." This time it's different, still charged but lighter. We're already undone, already seen. Now it's about play. His hands are everywhere, rougher now, more confident. He knows what I like, knows what wrecked me last time, and he uses it. Every flick of his tongue, every roll of his hips, he's watching for reactions and aiming to pull them from me. "You're insatiable," I gasp as his mouth moves down my chest, teeth grazing lightly over a nipple before sucking it deep into his mouth. He doesn't stop, doesn't answer, just groans into me like he agrees. I feel him hardening again, pressing between my thigh, and I wrap my legs around him on instinct. But instead of taking me, he drops his forehead to my shoulder, panting, and says, "Shit, I could come just from looking at you." I laugh, breathless. "You're ridiculous." He lifts his head, eyes blazing now. "No, I'm obsessed." And then he thrusts in. No teasing this time, no slow build. Just a sharp inhale from both of us as our bodies crash back together like they've been waiting since the moment we stopped. It's rougher now, faster. Our mouths barely meet between kisses because we're both laughing and moaning and moving. His hands pins my wrist above my head, the other gripping my thigh as he drives deeper. I arch beneath him, not in performance, but in need. "I won't last," he grits out, voice breaking. You feel like everything." "Then don't," I whisper. "Come with me." And just like that we do. Not elegant, not slow, but loud and messy and real, tangled in sheets and sweat and need. He collapses on top of me, breathing like he's just survived something biblical. And I'm shaking again, laughing again, clutching at him like I never want him to get off me. His chest presses to mine, skin damp, his weight a comfort rather than a burden. Like the world outside, the blanket doesn't exist. Like all that matters is the way our bodies still echo each other's rhythm. His thumb traces lazy circles on my arm, not trying to start anything, not trying to end it either, just being. "You okay?" he murmurs, voice low and heavy, with the kind of softness you can only earn after being undone twice in a row. I nod, too melted to form words. "More than." He exhales a laugh. It ghosts across my collarbone, warm and familiar. "You smell like sex and citrus," he says. "And you smell like ego and sin." He grins into my shoulder. "That sounds about right." I thread my fingers into his hair. He hums like a cat being scratched behind the ears. "You're staying, right?" I ask, quieter now. "You're not going to do the whole get up and disappear because that was intense and now I'm scared routine." He lifts his head just enough to look at me. Really look. "Nah," he says, brushing my cheek with the back of his fingers. "If I left now, who'd hold you like this?" And he does. He rolls us gently, so I'm curled against his chest. His arms around me, his breath steady at the top of my head. The silence that settles now isn't awkward. It's thick with presence, that rare, precious quiet you only get when two nervous systems finally stop bracing for the worst. I feel my body sink, muscles softening, heart slowing. His hand rubs slow lines across my spine. I shift slightly, just enough to tilt my face toward his, still pressed into the cradle of his chest. His skin is warm beneath my cheek, heartbeat steady, grounding. And then, softly, not looking at him, I say, "You know, no one's ever looked at me like you did." He stirs, barely. His hand pauses on my back. "Men have looked at me with lust," I continue, my voice barely above the hum of the night. Sometimes even willingness, like they were ready to be good, ready to try, but never reverence, never awe. The silence between us swells, but not with discomfort, with the weight of something sacred. His fingers tighten gently around my waist, not possessive, just here. Then he says, voice low, like it's being pulled straight from the center of him. That's because they didn't see you. I look up. His eyes are already on me. And you do? I ask, not as a challenge, but as a question I've never trusted anyone to answer truthfully. He nods slow. Yeah, I see you. I saw you the second you looked at me like you knew your own power. And I keep seeing you, even when you don't. I don't lift my head this time. I just speak into his chest. I've never been the first choice. He doesn't move, doesn't interrupt. I mean, I've been loved, sure. Or at least people have wanted to love me, but I was always the curveball, the maybe, the wow, I didn't expect you to feel this good. I let out a breath, bitter and soft. I've seen it happen more times than I can count. They chase the thin girl, the one who looks effortless, the type they imagine showing off. And then they come to me when they're tired of trying to impress someone, when they want warmth or depth or just someone real. His hand moves slowly over my back now, anchoring me, saying nothing, but saying everything. And I've played along, I admit, made jokes about being the big personality, the soft place to land. I've made myself the side character in my own story more times than I care to count. I've been second choice Rowan, consolation prize, the one they fuck in secret but won't post a photo of. He pulls back just enough to look at me, really look, and there's no pity in his face, no guilt, just something steadier, fiercer. You're not a second anything, he says quietly. You're the story, the main fucking plot. I search his face, half daring him to flinch, to backpedal. He doesn't. You know why I look at you with awe? He asks. I don't answer. Because I've never seen someone take up space like you do. You don't shrink, you shine, even when you don't mean to. My throat tightens. And yeah, he adds, fingers brushing my cheek, your body is unreal, but that's not why I stared. I stared because you carry yourself like a woman who's been underestimated her whole life and still refuses to stop loving like it's her superpower. And God damn it, that's what breaks me. Not the sex, not the worship. That he sees the fight, the weight, the ache of being the other girl in a world that loves to hunger for women but never feed them fully. That he sees the fight, the weight, the ache of being the other girl in a world that loves to hunger for women but never feed them fully. He holds me through the silence, one hand tracing absent-minded lines along my spine, the other cupping the back of my neck like I might vanish if he let go. I think maybe we'll fall asleep like this, that he let my confession sit quietly in the dark, but then his voice comes, rough with something deeper than sleep. You know, I used to watch my mom dress up just to go to the corner shop. I blinked surprise. She was tall, he continues, and round in all the ways the world said were too much. Curvy before that word meant Instagram. Big hair, loud laugh, stubborn as hell. His thumb brushes my shoulder. And every day she'd dress like she had somewhere important to be. Velvet coats, bold lipstick, earrings that jingled when she walked, even if she was just buying milk. I smile even as my throat stays tight. Was she trying to prove something? He shakes his head slowly. She told me once, I dress up because I won't let this world decide I'm invisible. I feel the words settle in my chest like something sacred. I saw a man overlook her all the time, he goes on, talk to her skinny friends like she was the sidekick, smile at her but never see her. And I watched her still show up like she was the main act, like she refused to take anything less. He pauses, and when he speaks again, it's quieter. So when I met you, and you looked me in the eye, the way she used to look in the mirror, like you knew your worth even if the world didn't, I think something just clicked. I stare at him. No one's ever connected me to something that mattered before. Not a memory, not a legacy, not a woman who refused to shrink. And you know what else, he adds, voice softer now. She used to say, the ones who choose you late never deserve you early. I let out a breath that's almost a laugh. Smart woman. The smartest, he says. I lift my head just a little, chin propped on his chest as I narrow my eyes at him. So, I say slowly, you like me because I remind you of your mom? He groans. Oh my God. He tosses his head back against the pillow like he's rethinking every life choice that led him here. You really just said that. I grin. I mean, it's giving classic Freud. He looks down at me, exasperated, amused, and somehow still impossibly fond. No, he says, dragging the word out. I like you because you walk into rooms like you've already won the argument. Because you talk back even when I'm inside you. Because your softness isn't for show, it's a weapon. And because you saw right through me the second I touched myself on your duvet and didn't even blink. I blink now, once, slowly. Okay, well, that's a much hotter answer. He grins. Good, because the last thing I need right now is you saying call me mommy as a revenge. Oh, I wasn't planning to, I say sweetly. But now that you've mentioned it. He tackles me with a groan, face buried in my neck, laughter muffled against my skin. I squeal as we tumble together again, all limbs and mischief and mouthy delight. You're my downfall, he mutters. And yet, I breathe against his jaw, you're still here. God help me, he murmurs. I'm never leaving. He's quiet for a moment, his forehead moved to mine, his hand tracing the length of my thigh like he's mapping it into memory. Then he pulls back just far enough to look me in the eye, and his voice is lower now, serious but not heavy, intentional, like he's choosing every word like a stone for a path he wants us both to walk barefoot. You want to know what I love about your body? I raise an eyebrow. You sure you can handle what happens if I say yes? He smiles, not cocky this time, just honest. I hope so, he says. His hand travels up, palm fluttering against my hip. He leans back, arms behind his head, eyes dragging down my body like he's savoring dessert he's not done with yet. Okay, he says, voice rougher now. Real talk? I raise a brow. I'm listening. He sits up slightly, eyes locked on mine, tone dead serious. First of all, he starts, thumb brushing a slow octave. Your hips, they're impossible. They move like you're always dancing, even when you're just walking across the room. I swear I've never seen someone carry herself like that. I try to laugh, but he catches my gaze again. And there's no teasing there, just reverence, like he's speaking a sacred text. I love your thighs, he says next, voice dipping. The way they hold, the way they open, the way they shake when you let go. Then he lifts his hand to cup my breast, gentle, slow. You have the sexiest fucking body I've ever seen. I blink, a little thrown by the bluntness. Not just confident sexy, he goes on. Not radiates good energy sexy. I mean visceral. Makes me hard in a second sexy. Distract me mid-sentence sexy. Ruin my life if you leave the room sexy. My lips part, no clever comeback. He grins now, slow, filthy, reverent in the dirtiest way. Your tits, he says, reaching out, cupping one with almost too much care for what he's saying. Perfect. Not perfect for your body, just perfect. Full, heavy, responsive. I swear I could spend an hour with them and still not be satisfied. His hand travels down, rough fingertips grazing the curve of my hip. And this ass, Jesus, you have no idea. The way it moves when you walk, when you ride me, it's hypnotic. Like I'm not thinking about your vibe or your emotional resilience. I'm thinking, fuck, I hope no one else is seeing this but me. My whole body heats. You want me to be emotional about it? He shrugs. I can be, but let's be clear. Even if you were a complete pain in the ass, which you kind of are, I'd still be obsessed with your body. I burst out laughing. Wow, romantic. He leans in close, eyes gleaming. I don't need to romanticize you to want to fuck you again right now. Your body's not beautiful because you're kind or brave or soft. It's just hot, full stop, no disclaimer. I watch him after he says it, all sprawled out and smug like he just lit a match and knows exactly what it's going to burn. My smirk is slow, lazy, the kind of smile that says, game on. So, I murmur, crawling up until I'm straddling his hips again. You think I'm hot even if I'm a pain in the ass. He grins, hands landing on my thighs like they belong there now. Absolutely. I'd complain about you while jerking off to the memory of this view. Good, I say, leaning forward until my mouth is a breath from his. Because I'm not here to be sweet. I'm here to ruin you. His breath stutters, just a little. And God, the flicker of reaction, that tiny inhale like I just stole the air from his lungs. It fuels something in me. I grind against him once, deliberately slow, and he groans. You like my tits, I whisper, dragging his hands up to cup them. Then use them. He does, with both hands, greedy now, desperate again, but I stay in control, rolling my hips, teasing him through the heat rising between us again, like it never left. You want my ass? I ask, voice sharp now, dangerous. Beg for it. Fuck, he mutters, eyes squeezed shut. Please, sit on my face, turn around, ride me. I'll do anything. I tilt my head, mock considering. I mean, since you ask so nicely. I slide down his body like I own it, and I do. His cock is already hard again, twitching as I take him in my hand without ceremony. You said I make you hard in seconds, I say, stroking him once, twice, slowly. You were not exaggerating. He laughs, but it cuts off fast because I sink down onto him in one motion, eyes on his the whole time. And when he gasps, hands flying to my hips, I don't let him speak. I roll my hips like I've been waiting my whole life to be worshipped this way, without apology, without needing to earn it, without soft explanations. He's cursing under his breath now, jaw tight, eyes locked on where our bodies meet. Fuck, babe, he groans. You feel God, you feel amazing. I just smile, one of those slow, smug, you're mine now smiles. I don't ride him gently. I don't bounce like porn. I roll, deep, grinding, intentional. The kind of rhythm that says, I'm not just going to make you come, I'm going to make you lose your mind. His hands grip my hips hard enough to bruise, but I don't mind. I want to be marked, want him to feel it tomorrow. You close already, I tease, leaning forward, letting my breast brush his chest, my mouth hovering near his ear. Pathetic. He groans, his hips jerking up, completely at my mercy now. I'm not going to last, he gasps. You're gonna fucking wreck me. That's the idea, I say. I sit upright again, fingers tangled in my own hair now as I ride him harder, chasing my own release this time. His eyes are locked on me, wide, glassy, reverent in the dirtiest way, like he can't believe he's allowed to watch this. "You're so fucking hot," he chokes out. "I could die like this." "Not yet," I whisper, nails dragging down his chest. "You're not getting out that easy." He grabs one of my hands, brings it to his mouth, kisses my fingers like a man on the verge of unraveling. "Please," he breathes, voice breaking. "Come for me. I need to feel it. I need to see it." And fuck, something about the way he says that, so raw, so undone, tips me over. My body tightens, the pleasure crashing through me like a wave snapping against a cliff. Deep, sudden, relentless. I cry out, head thrown back, thighs trembling around him as I ride it out, shaking with the force of it. And that's all it takes. He grabs my hips, thrusts up once more, twice, then spills into me with a guttural moan, eyes locked on mine like he never wants to look away again. We stay like that, breathless, pulsing, completely wrecked. Our bodies tangled, hearts pounding in sync. He collapses back onto the mattress, dragging me down with him. Neither of us speaks for a long moment, just the sound of breathing, sweat, and satisfaction. The kind of silence that doesn't need to be filled. Then his voice, hoarse, muffled in my hair. "You're out of a fucking dream." I grin against his chest. "I'm very real. Your back's going to be sore in 10 minutes. He groans. "Worth it."